That's it. I'm going home.
Dang, man.
See ya.
I wouldn't even be on the air on any of our stations before 8 o'clock. I don't know where that came from. Reading, it's hard.
Well, I think when you have a I'll say in all candor, when you're in a foreign country and a monkey in a diaper sitting on your head, you're asking for trouble.
Discussion can end there. That's right. Boom. It's a definitive statement on the issue. Now we move on.
So how many times have you thought about that was a bad idea that I had a monkey on my head since you had the monkey on your head?
Every time I go visit Dr. Pellegrino, my personal doctor. Do you know what it's like to tell your doctor that?
Well, Doc, I also had a monkey. Excuse me? Had a monkey on my head with a diaper on. I bet you that's the first time Dr. Ron has ever heard that one. He's probably heard a lot of things.
He's heard a lot. Yeah, Dr. Ron has.
He's one of the great West Virginians. He's up there from the northern panhandle.
He's awesome.
Tremendous.
Yeah, Dr. Ron. Good dude.
We were talking in my office a little earlier, and a phrase that Ryan used that I was really kind of gobsmacked over. He started a sentence with me. He said, "We were watching football on Thursday."
I know, he did the same thing to me. He did this. Is this like Earth 2?
I said, what?
He came back and started telling me about the Cowboys and the Chiefs game.
I know.
And you were watching the Lions game on Thanksgiving Day.
Well,
what happened? What happened to our little Ryan?
Well, when my Uncle Bill and my Uncle Chris asked if I want to watch football with them, I don't say no.
Okay.
So
because I'm not a recluse anymore.
So if you have uncles that are big sports fans, do you get some creds? Are you like, hey, I'm actually you want to kind of sports show? It's syndicated.
Well, I don't.
Statewide.
Well, I don't want this to be a sports show.
Second game this season that Honors had 8 threes. Second time he's had 8 threes, and his coach has pulled him out with over 4 minutes to go.
You're up 40.
Yeah, but coach just does not want to see him get that record.
There may have been a discussion about that on exactly where he was in the number.
Did you let him know this time?
But there was a discussion about where he was with the number. But at the end of the day, Ross decided the juice not worth the squeeze there. With 3.5 minutes left is when he pulled him out after the timeout there. And listen, that's a guy with a lot of minutes on his in his body. You need to rest him. But 2 out of 11, you got to think maybe he's going to approach that again. Here's what's wild. In those 2 games where he's just been one off of Alex Ruoff's record, he's now a combined 16 of 20 from 3 in those 2 games. So he didn't just make 8 threes, guys. He was 8 of 11 last night. He was 8 of 9 when he did it before. 16 of 20 combined in those 2 games.
Across this great state of West Virginia, welcome in high school game nights. I chuckle a little bit, folks, because it said early edition.
As compared to the
Only
rest
edition.
of the edition, yeah.
Yeah. Tonight is going to be interesting, to say the least.
10 seconds remaining.
It's going to be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
You had a moment of clarity about when it all started to make sense for you?
It did, because I didn't want to be a filmmaker growing up. I didn't even know what filmmaking was growing up. I used to watch Oprah and Katie Couric, and that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be you. And I worked at West Virginia University's radio station, had a very thick accent. People would call in and make fun of me. And so I asked my roommates, my college roommates who were from Baltimore, to teach me how to talk differently.
Really?
Yeah. And it's a loss, I feel, from that. And it's probably one of the reasons why I love documenting people that are authentic. Like, I don't know if I'm authentic, but I think the people I find are very authentically who they are, and that's what draws me to them.
Inside the Health Plan Studios in the Dale B. Miller Building in Morgantown, it's time for the state's most listened to sports talk show. This is the CityNet Statewide Sports Line. CityNet, cybersecurity experts for the digital age. And now, across the state of West Virginia and beyond, Sportsline is on the air.
Sportsline for a Thursday. Welcome back in, Kyle and Greg from our studios in Morgantown, the Health Plan Studios. And this is the CityNet Statewide Sports Line. Greg, good evening.
Good evening, Kyle. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for coming in. A lot to do tonight, as usual. We're going to start with Joe Brocato here in just a moment because they are playing some high school basketball again. First time since the storm. I think a lot of teams played Friday and Saturday, but they've been off for most of this week. So we've got a handful of games that are going on. Tomorrow night, the Springhouse, Battle for the Springhouse at the Greenbrier gets underway, and Cam Huffman will join us in a bit to preview that. And, of course, the Baylor basketball teams come in back-to-back Saturday and Sunday to face the Mountaineers. The Baylor men on Saturday, the Baylor women, who are really on a roll, winners of 8 straight. They're ranked 14th, and they'll be at the Coliseum to take on the Mountaineer women. So we'll hear some comments from WVU coach Mark Kellogg from earlier in the day. Let's go to Joe Brocato as we've got high school basketball going on. Nitro and Winfield in a doubleheader. First of all, Joe, good evening.
Hey, good evening, guys.
So there was one game last night, right? One game last night and a few games tonight?
I believe there were 2. We know the Capital beat Hurricane, and Brook High School also picked up a win. But we do know that we have a doubleheader here at Winfield with both the Nitro and Winfield boys and girls teams meeting in a doubleheader that's just underway. The girls game about 2.5 minutes in with Nitro out to an early 5-3 lead.
So, Joe, just in terms of, as you said, so much difficulty in getting games in, how much is this going to backload schedules?
Yeah, it's tough. And a lot of teams, and Nitro girls are a perfect example, a lot of teams usually will front-load their schedules, try to get as many games in December and early January as they can, on the thinking that, well, we may run into some weather in the latter stages of winter, so let's try to get as many games in as we can. So the teams that did that are pretty well prepared. Nitro is 11-4. They've already gotten 15 of their 22 games in, and they'll get 16 tonight. So a lot of coaches will have to scramble a little bit if the cold weather and the winter weather persists, try to get as close to their 22-game regular season allotment as possible.
So Nitro in girls hoops, they've been a top 5 team in Class AAA. Scout this game for us if you can, Nitro against Winfield.
Yeah, this is the second meeting between these two schools this year. Nitro won the first game in early January, back on January 10th. They won 76-42, and it's a Nitro team that, as you mentioned, has played on Championship Saturday in back-to-back seasons. They won the title 2 years ago, finished as the runner-up last year. Obviously, Natalie Smith was a huge contributor for both of those teams that played into the championship round. She graduated this year, but they still have a number of key contributors back. Carson Jones, their leading scorer as a senior. Also a pair of juniors in Brooklyn Cawley and Bree Gibson, also averaging in double digits per game. Winfield so far off to an 8-6 start on the year, a couple of quality wins recently in their schedule. But this is a matchup the Nitro won pretty handily the first time around, and they're looking to sweep the regular season series against their rivals.
Games already being canceled for this weekend as well, Friday, Saturday?
I've seen a few, yeah, and some of that has to do, Greg, with the fact that, you know, as some games get canceled, you do also have to be mindful that you need officials to, if you're trying to reschedule a game, you know, some officials may opt to change their original plans. They may not be able to stick with the original game that they had planned to call, so that's part of it. But, yes, we've seen a number of games already canceled for this weekend, and in the hope that by the time we get to next week, some of this winter weather will get out of here and schedules can get back to closer to normal.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's probably not going to warm up, but at least, you know, schools can get reopened and they can get these games underway. All right, the Nitro Winfield boys game, Joe, this is a top 10 battle in Class AAA, so it should be a pretty good one.
Yeah, both of these teams, very good starts to the season, both at 8-2. Nitro, as you mentioned, a team that got to the AAA championship a year ago before falling to Bridgeport in the final. They've got a lot back, specifically Colin Crouch is averaging 20 points per game. Ty Stevens and Tim Lovejoy, a couple of starters returning from that squad as well. And as you mentioned, Winfield in the early portion of their schedule, they posted a number of nice victories, including wins against Charleston Catholic, Hurricane, and Wayne. So the Generals off to a solid start this year under their head coach, Travis Tarr.
Very good. Well, enjoy it. I know you're glad to be back out there. You covered the Rotary event up at Magnolia High School Saturday, but hasn't been anything since. So have fun at this one, and we'll look for your work a little bit later on.
Yes, my shooting skills do need a little bit of work, but after the first quarter, we'll be back in mid-season form.
Yep, indeed. Thanks, Joe. Joe Brocato there at the Nitro Winfield doubleheader with the girls' game underway. I do know of one other girls' basketball game tonight. University's on the road at Steubenville, Ohio, and that game is on. I'm sure there are probably some other games out there, but not many. I mean, this cold and the ice and the snow from this weekend, particularly Sunday, is pretty much shut everything down. Even Mountain East Conference games have been affected this week. So people are being cautious and, for the most part, staying home.
Yeah, you can understand that. But hopefully the weather allows to get basketball underway because, boy, we've talked about it before. And I understand what Joe was saying. A lot of teams anticipate this, front-load schedules as much as possible. So those canceled later don't affect them as much, but every game that they miss now is one that they'd like to make up next month before, regionals begin.
304 Talk 304, that is the text line. Handful of other headlines today. The BYU game, Greg, for the Mountaineer men on February 28th, it was announced as a sellout. So that's good news and maybe a little bit of a step towards helping West Virginia maybe pull off an upset there if you've got a loud, raucous crowd like there was for the Pitt game.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, BYU obviously really, really good. Another highly ranked team that West Virginia is going to face, but one that comes into the Coliseum, which to this point, at least heading into Saturday's game, Mountaineers are undefeated at home. So take your swing, see what happens. Obviously, BYU is an attractive opponent if you want to see, with all the talent that they have. Several, not just all conference players, but probably all American players. And it's good to see. I don't think there are a whole lot of tickets available for any of West Virginia's remaining weekend home games. That one's the first one to sell out, but the others probably are likely. I don't know what Saturday's game against Baylor looks like, but last I heard there weren't a whole lot of tickets left available for that either.
So 2 lockout sellouts so far, Pitt and BYU.
Yeah. So, and again, there have been some good crowds. Kansas was a really good crowd. Certainly the other night, against Kansas State, midweek game with really bad weather. They announced 10,000 because that's the ticket sold. There were probably 3 in there. But, and Brad talked about it a little bit last night, and I was there too. At the end of that game, those 3,000 were making a ton of noise and helped West Virginia as they got over the top against the Wildcats. So no matter what the crowd is, it can still have an impact on that game.
Also today, you had the first coaches rankings for NCAA Division I wrestling. And this is interesting because West Virginia is a ranked team overall at number 22 as a team, and they've got a total of 6 individual wrestlers ranked in the top 20, including a couple that are very, very high. So the Mountaineers are getting a little bit of a break here. They had that dramatic win over Wyoming at the Coliseum on Saturday as part of the Beauty and the Beast event, and they're off until next Friday, a week from tomorrow, their final home match against a ranked Missouri team. So they're getting a bit of a break, and hopefully will get healthy. One of these guys was out of the lineup against Wyoming. Brody Conley suffered a really nasty gash in his forehead in the previous match and just bled the entire time and gritted through that one, but they kept Brody out of the Wyoming matchup. But he's ranked 13th at 174. Of course, the highest-ranked wrestler for West Virginia is Ty Waters at 157. He's currently 4th. He had been ranked as high as number 1 in some of the polls earlier this year. So, again, this is the coaches' rankings. Ty Waters, number 4 at 157. Jet Strickenberger, number 8 at 125. Brody Connolly again, number 13 at 174. Rune Lawrence, who's really come on. He had that dramatic win against Oklahoma that won that dual meet for the Mountaineers. Rune Lawrence, a redshirt freshman, is up to number 14 at 197. Gunnar Andrick, the true freshman from Point Pleasant High School, he's 19th at 133. And then Ian Bush from nearby Cameron, West Virginia, Marshall County, he is ranked 20th at 184 pounds. So all of those guys in the top 20, including 2 in the top 10, Ty Waters and Jet Strickenberger.
So you can probably explain it if you understand, but it's my understanding. I mean, those rankings are nice for now, but ultimately those are the type of things that help you get in the NCAA tournament, right? I mean, so many go in through the conference tournament, but then they're at-large bursts as well. And it's those rankings that ultimately will determine that. Am I not correct?
That's right. And this is a pretty big piece to that, one of several criteria, but this is certainly a pretty big piece in determining the at-large selections and the seedings for the NCAA tournament. So they also look at quality wins. They look at head-to-head competition. They look at how you do in the conference tournament. They look at your results against common opponents. They look at the number of matches you've won and the winning percentage. But this is a pretty significant piece in that determination of, A, who gets in the NCAA tournament for at-large bids and the seeding process. Yeah. So that's pretty good. That's a nice showing for West Virginia.
So that's not just insignificant, window dressing. Ultimately, I mean, maybe it doesn't matter, greatly now, but ultimately that's the type of thing to keep an eye on because, boy, as you said, West Virginia's got one home match left.
Right.
So, I mean, this season's quickly getting to its conclusion.
Now they finish on the road. I believe they have 3 dual meets remaining on the road. For some reason, their home matches were kind of, about half of them were bunched in together all right in a row here with, again, Oklahoma, Wyoming, and Missouri were all consecutive. And then I think they've got 3 on the road after the Missouri matchup a week from Friday. Then it's on to the conference tournament and the NCAA. So, yeah, one more opportunity to see this group wrestle at home. And it's worth making the effort to try and see him because Ty Waters, again, been a top 5 guy all year. And then these young guys from the state of West Virginia, 3 of West Virginia's 10 starters are from right here in the state.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. The state of West Virginia produces some great high school wrestlers. That sport may have as many high-level wrestlers that move on to the college level as anywhere. I mean, West Virginia University gets its fair share, but there have been others that have gone elsewhere.
Yep, that's certainly the case. Also, before we take the break, Baylor really, really struggling. Of course, they're going to come in here on Saturday. We're talking about the men's team. And the West Virginia game is the second game of a 2-game trip to the Eastern time zone. Last night, Baylor got beat at Cincinnati 67-57, and we'll preview the matchup with West Virginia a little bit more in depth tomorrow when Brad's back. But Baylor 1-7 in Big 12 conference play and just did not play well at all last night. 6 of 26 from 3-point distance, and they did out-rebound Cincinnati, but Baba Miller of Cincinnati had 17 rebounds in that game, 18 points and 17 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, and Baylor gets beat pretty badly, didn't shoot it well, had trouble in terms of slowing Cincinnati down. Cincinnati ended up with forcing 13 turnovers and cashing in on those turnovers, and Cincinnati beats Baylor 67-57.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. Those 2-game road swings aren't easy. But as you sort of witness, I mean, we just look at West Virginia's sample size. A lot of times they're splits. So West Virginia's got to be really careful now that Baylor's going to come in here desperate after the loss to the Bearcats.
304 Talk 304. We'll get to the text coming up. When we return, we'll preview the Springhouse event, Battle for the Springhouse at the Greenbrier, which comes up starting tomorrow. Cam Huffman, our old buddy, he will join us to preview that event coming up next on the CityNet statewide sports line. And, of course, we invite you to stay tuned. CityNet makes technology simple for your business. From network monitoring to IT management, their experts keep you connected and protected. Learn more at citynet.net. CityNet connects, protects, and perfects.
It's the busiest time of year, and your business can't afford downtime. With CityNet's managed IT and network services, we keep your technology running smoothly so you can stay focused on your customers. From cybersecurity to communications, our local experts have you covered. Count on dependable service and responsive support from a company that's right here in West Virginia. Learn more at citynet.net. CityNet connects, protects, and perfects.
The Mountain State Assessment of Trends in Community Health, or MATCH, is a survey sent to 88,000 West Virginian home addresses where the information you provide can support policymakers to direct resources to help your community. If selected, you will receive the survey information and invitation in the mail. You can complete the survey online, by mail, or by phone, and you will be compensated for your time. Visit wvmatchsurvey.org for more information. Helping your community is a touchdown for West Virginia.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
At the Health Plan, we are here for you, and we have been one of the most trusted carriers for over 40 years. Headquartered right here in West Virginia, providing exceptional health coverage and local customer service.
The Health Plan. We are here for you.
The weekend's almost here, and are you looking for the perfect way to enjoy the water? Lou Wendell Marine Sales has you covered with Avalon pontoon boats. These luxurious high-performance pontoons offer smooth rides, spacious seating, and top-tier durability. Built with precision and style, Avalon pontoons deliver comfort and reliability season after season. Visit Lou Wendell Marine Sales today and experience the Avalon difference. Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
At the Health Plan, we are here for you, and we have been one of the most trusted carriers for over 40 years. Headquartered right here in West Virginia, providing exceptional health coverage and local customer service.
The Health Plan, we are here for you.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide sports line returns in 2 minutes on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Calva Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Calva Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
You know CityNet is West Virginia's leading technology company. Whether we're managing IT infrastructures, protecting the critical data and networks of our region's businesses, or providing fiber broadband, TV, and phone services, we are your go-to experts. We're also a strong partner in the communities in which we serve. CityNet, your trusted technology partner. Learn more about us, visit citynet.net.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Save
CityNet Statewide Sports Line for this Thursday. Thanks for joining us, Kyle and Greg, in the Health Plan Studios. And we head to the Greenbrier, where tomorrow night the battle for the Springhouse will get underway. And Greenbrier Public Relations Director Cam Huffman joins us. And Cam, good evening. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Is everything a go? All the teams confirmed, and the snow's going to be plowed, and the roads are going to be open, and everybody's going to get there tomorrow night, right?
Absolutely. And if I had $1 for every time I've been asked that question today, I'd be a much richer man. But yes, everything is plowed on the way. Everything's good to go. And one of the unique things about our tournament, and one of the great things, is once the teams get here, they don't have to leave. So they all came in tonight. They had shoot-arounds today. So everybody is there at the Greenbrier ready to go. So we should be able to move along just fine.
Kim, you guys have had a lot of success with this tournament. How many years has it been? And obviously, everybody enjoys it, or do you want to keep doing it?
Yeah, absolutely. This is our 5th year, which is actually, it blows my mind to think we've been doing it that long. But it has been a huge success, and that's probably one of the most difficult parts about the whole tournament is as you can imagine, we have teams reaching out to us all the time wanting to be a part of it, and it's kind of a tricky thing to put the field together, because we try to spread it out across the state, so it's not just one portion of the state, and we try to get teams that we haven't had before. We do let our champions come back. Actually, Morgantown's boys won 2 years in a row, so that's kind of the limit, is we let you come back for 2 years in a row if you win, but not after that, because we want to spread the love around a little bit, and teams are really wanting to come, but we try to make sure we get the best competition we can have, the best teams from across the state whenever possible, and also touch every corner of the state, and then get some intriguing matchups that people are going to come sit in the stands and we can sell some tickets to. So it's a puzzle to put together, but we feel like we have a great field every year.
Well, the Mohegans will have a presence this year. It's the girls' team instead of the boys' team. So the schedule tomorrow, 2 o'clock, Morgantown against Parkersburg in girls basketball. Parkersburg's having a very good season with Kennedy Porter leading the way, about 15 points and 13 rebounds per game. Then at 4 o'clock, it's the Bridgeport boys, the defending champs in Class AAA, against Wyoming East. 6 o'clock in boys basketball, James Monroe against Greenbrier East. And then the Greenbrier East girls take on Riverside. And has Senator Justice checked in yet? We all anticipate him being there tomorrow night.
Yeah, he was there today for a shoot around. Baby Dog was with him, so he's there and ready to go. But yeah, there, as you went through the schedule there's some really, really intriguing matchups. I'm starting with 2 4A powers there in the girls division in Parkersburg and Morgantown, and then that Wyoming East Bridgeport game is really intriguing. Wyoming East, one of the better teams in AA. Their only loss, I believe, was a 1-point loss to Shady Spring, a AAA power. So them against Bridgeport, a AAA power, should be really, really interesting. And the one that we're getting a lot of attention for is that 6 o'clock boys matchup with Greenbrier East and James Monroe. Greenbrier East really having a fantastic season. They already have wins over Bridgeport and Shady Spring, and James Monroe, a really good team in AA. And the schools are fairly close, separated by only about 20-some miles. So there's a lot of interest in that game, and we actually have had to figure out a way to reconfigure the arena a little bit to get some extra seats in, and we're down to less than 20 tickets, I think, remain for that game. So it's getting a lot of interest. And then, of course, the Greenbrier East girls are 14-0 and ranked number 1 in the state. So they'll take on Riverside. Riverside has struggled a little bit here recently, but they actually have a pair of sisters who are both averaging double-doubles. They're a year apart. The Ward sisters, so that they do have some talent on that team, and will be fun to watch.
You mentioned tickets and just the seating. We know that it's a little bit limited in the configuration there, though maybe more so now. But ticket availability for all these games, I was stunned to see $5 a game. Is that it?
Yeah, we've really tried to make it affordable because we want people to come out and experience it. And I think that's a perception we fight sometimes. Is I was that way when I was younger. I thought that I didn't belong at the Greenbrier and I couldn't go there. But we want everybody to be able to come and experience it. And that's one of the things for as a fan is you can come see great basketball, but you can also go get some homemade ice cream at Draper's, or go on a bunker tour, or check out some of the amazing things at the Greenbrier and get a chance to experience that. So we want to keep it affordable. And you can go get your tickets online. Greenbrier.com/springhouse will give you all the information you need. But yeah, just $5 a ticket. It is for each game, so we do clear the arena after each game. You have to have a new ticket. But as I said, especially those Greenbrier East games, I guess everybody's been snowed in and they're ready to see some basketball, so those tickets are going fast.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. People are ready to get back out. So we talked about the schedule on Friday, 2, 4, 6, and 8, and all the teams play a second game on Saturday, right? Are they the same times at 2, 4, 6, and 8?
Saturday's schedule is actually 1, 3, 5,
Okay.
and 7. So we'll have the girls' consolation at 1, the boys' consolation at 3, the boys' championship at 5, and then the girls' championship at 7.
Now, in the past, I went down there once the year that Sharon Young broke Jay Jacobs' Morgantown High scoring record. I had to be there for that, and that was really, really a lot of fun. And Coach Dave Tallman, and as you mentioned, they went back the next year and won it again, but he just raved about how hospitable the Greenbrier was, not only to the teams and the coaches, but to the parents. It is really a nice opportunity for the parents to stay along with their kids at the Greenbrier and just have the full experience. And Cam, like you said, that's all part of it, giving people an opportunity not only to view an event at the Greenbrier, but in some cases stay down there with their kids while they're competing.
Yeah, that's absolutely one of the benefits, and we do try to make it a family event. A lot of people, even locally here, as the Greenbrier East teams are in it every year, they'll take time off and just go stay at the Greenbrier and kind of just enjoy the week and enjoy basketball and enjoy being around their kids. But it is a lot of fun. It's that sort of November college basketball tournament environment, and we actually have a November college basketball tournament there now. So, but it's that same thing. Is everything's contained in the resort? The teams eat there. They hang out there with each other, and even sometimes they get to know some of the players on the other teams and hang out with them a little bit. And go bowling, go ice skating, go on a bunker tour, whatever they want to do. So we pride ourselves on being a tournament that's more than just the games on the court. And that also goes into our biggest sponsor, our presenting sponsor is Game Changer. And every year they give the kids a great message before the tournament starts, and they show their one pill can kill video that shows them the dangers of drug abuse. And it's really an impactful film. I've seen it, I think, 4 times now, but it impacts me every time I see it. So it goes way beyond what's happening on the court.
Yeah, but on the court, you can promise the same kind of drama that you did have in the Greenbrier tip-off for the college game this past fall?
I don't know if we can have the Greenbrier 5 again, but we'll have some close games, I can promise you that.
Well, how much did that do in terms of raising the profile of that event and just the Greenbrier? Because obviously that became a national story. Wasn't it the lead on SportsCenter that night when West Virginia beat Duke down there with 5 players?
It was. I came home that night and watched Scott Van Pelt talking about it. It was really incredible, the traction that got. And yeah, it did. It brought a lot of attention to what we're doing with that tournament, and we're even exploring the idea now of having a full women's bracket next year. So see how that goes. But that's definitely helped draw some attention and get some teams interested. Although I don't know if anybody wants to come play the Mountaineers down there.
Well, Cam, we appreciate your time and best of luck with this. It is a lot of fun, and it's well worth the trip. Like I said, I went down there a few years ago and thoroughly enjoyed it. Got a chance to call 2 games, one Friday and one Saturday. So we encourage folks, if you're in the region, of course, get your tickets now, right? They're going fast, especially for the Greenbrier East games. But if you can, go check out a game or 2 there. It certainly is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I did want to mention quickly, too, the parking situation, because I know people are worried about that because of the snow as well. So
right.
The train lot across the street from the Greenbrier is all cleared out, and you can park there, get out of your warm car, jump in a warm shuttle, and we'll bring you right to the door, and you can go watch the game. So it's easy, and we encourage people to come out.
Very good. Well, again, enjoy it, and we'll talk to you again.
All right, thanks very much.
Cam Huffman there with the Greenbrier, and that's the procedure. You park. Anybody who's been down there, the train depot right across the street from the main entrance of the Greenbrier, and you park there. There's constantly shuttle buses running, and they literally take you right to the front door. That's for the fans and the media and everything. So, again, 2 o'clock tomorrow, Morgantown against Parkersburg girls hoops, 4 o'clock, Wyoming East Bridgeport boys hoops. Boys hoops, Greenbrier East, James Monroe at 6, and then the girls game between Greenbrier East and Riverside, 2, 4, 6, and 8 on Friday, 1, 3, 5, and 7 for the games on Saturday. We'll take a break. We'll hear some of the comments of WVU women's basketball coach Mark Kellogg as his team prepares to host number 14 Baylor coming up on Sunday afternoon. That's coming up next on the CityNet statewide sports line. Since 1979, the health plan has called West Virginia home. From humble beginnings, they've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming a part of its fabric. For over 4 decades, they've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses, proudly serving West Virginia for over 40 years. The health plan.
It's the busiest time of year, and your business can't afford downtime. With CityNet's managed IT and network services, we keep your technology running smoothly so you can stay focused on your customers. From cybersecurity to communications, our local experts have you covered. Count on dependable service and responsive support from a company that's right here in West Virginia. Learn more at citynet.net. CityNet connects, protects, and perfects.
The Mountain State Assessment of Trends in Community Health, or MATCH, is a survey sent to 88,000 West Virginian home addresses where the information you provide can support policymakers to direct resources to help your community. If selected, you will receive the survey information and invitation in the mail. You can complete the survey online, by mail, or by phone, and you will be compensated for your time. Visit wvmatchsurvey.org for more information. Helping your community is a touchdown for West Virginia.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide sports line returns in 2 minutes on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
New year, new trucks. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop Thorold.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown! You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Steig Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. We believe retirement starts with a plan. Saving for college starts with a plan. Your legacy starts with a plan. Do you have the right plan? Call our team at 304-443-4240 or email steig-info@wealthenhancement.com.
CityNet statewide sports line from the Health Plan Studios. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're going to get to the text line here in just a couple of moments, but we will hear from WVU women's coach Mark Kellogg. And Greg, I just realized I'm not equipped to do that yet. So you want to take a couple of texts here?
Yeah,
and I'll get this set up. The first one came in before the show even started, and I know you did a little research for it. But a texter asks, are all of the transfers and junior college players, we're talking football now, are all the transfers and junior college players in school now? How many high school players enrolled early?
Start with high school guys. 25 enrolled early. There's still another, there are definitely more. I'd say 8 to 10 that did not enroll early. So a vast majority have, but others, most of whom are involved in some sort of winter or spring sports as well, have not yet enrolled at West Virginia as they're going to finish out their last semester in high school. But we know like a Xavier Anderson from Spring Mills, very good basketball player. He's going to finish out his basketball season. Supposedly all will arrive. Again, junior college guys, a majority. I don't know of any junior college player that has not yet already enrolled who signed with West Virginia December. There are a handful of the transfers that West Virginia has not yet announced have enrolled at WVU. Most have, but not every one is yet listed on the roster. So a couple. That doesn't mean they're not here. They just may not be listed yet, but that is something we'll have to pay attention to as we move forward. Are there any of those that we looked at transfer-wise that we anticipated being at West Virginia are not?
304 Talk 304. Looks like we're getting a couple of texts for Talk Line, which I'll save those for tomorrow for Dave and TJ.
A bit of news on the football front, and it's sort of Mountaineer related. Former Mountaineer football player, WVU coach who also coached a couple of stints at Marshall and has been in a lot of places. Billy Legg, if people remember Billy.
Sure.
Poca native, really good offensive lineman at West Virginia, was at one point the OC for the Mountaineers in the later Don Nehlen era, also came back. But anyways, he's got a new job. And he's been a college coach for over 30 years, but going to take over as the head high school coach at Crystal Rivers High School in Florida, which is just north of Tampa. And apparently a really good program, but a good opportunity for him there. The AD at Crystal Rivers is Mark Lee, who Morgantown native, played college football at Waynesburg, and then was back here at West Virginia as a GA for a while, and also has coached in the XFL, US, whatever they call that, reinvention of that league. So Mark Lee hiring Bill Legg, so West Virginia connection, so keep an eye on that in the high school ranks in Florida.
304 Talk 304. We'll get back to the text here in a moment. Let's hear from WVU women's basketball coach Mark Kellogg now. And the first comment from the coach is how busy the month of January has been for his team. It started on New Year's Day, January 1st. The Mountaineers won a game on the road at Kansas, and they followed that with a win at Kansas State. That was followed by the close loss at home to Texas Tech, the win on the road at Iowa State, which was a huge victory, that heartbreaking loss to TCU on the last-second three-pointer, and then wins over Cincinnati, Arizona State, and BYU consecutively, followed by the loss to Utah. So it's been a very, very busy and eventful month for Coach Mark Kellogg and the WVU women's team.
I feel like we've left a couple out there this year. That's, I guess, the frustrating, a little bit disappointing part is there's been some opportunities for us and just didn't do it, but still plenty in front of us, excited about the team. We just got to continue to get better and then find ways to win some of these close games that we haven't been able to finish. But all in all, it doesn't get any easier. We get Baylor coming up now and then on the road to a good Colorado team. So the gauntlet continues. Turn our attention to February, and we've got to be really good this month to kind of get us ready for March.
So it has been a busy time for the Mountaineers, and again, he referenced the two home games that really, really were close, particularly that TCU game, which it looked like they had, and the three-pointer at the buzzer got them beat there. But all in all, it's been a very successful month for this women's team.
Yeah, it has. And again, I mean, this is a good league. West Virginia plays a very competitive schedule, certainly not only in the conference but outside. They've absorbed a few losses along the way, but as we mentioned before, West Virginia on a 2-game road swing through Utah, those road trips are not easy. It was nice to earn the split with the win over BYU earlier, but back into that, it's got to be difficult. Hope the same thing is true for Baylor as they come to Mountaineer for the men's game on Saturday.
Next up from Coach Mark Kellogg, he talks about the computers liking West Virginia. Now, in the latest edition of Bracketology, they do have West Virginia playing a regional on the road again at Maryland. Maryland, the 4 seed, West Virginia, the 5 seed, and also Green Bay and Miami is part of that regional. But, of course, there's so much more of the season remaining. It's really not worth thinking about. But, again, Coach Mark Kellogg on the analytics around his team.
Probably a pretty good place from that standpoint. I think the computers like us. The preseason schedule has helped from that standpoint for sure. But I think we have 6 quad 1 and quad 2 wins. So we're in a pretty good spot. We just need to finish. We need to finish it off. We'll have plenty of opportunities. Obviously, this league just gives you that. Most nights you're pretty much in all quad 1 and quad 2 opportunities. There'll be a few that won't be, but for the most part, we'll get plenty of other opportunities to try to continue to improve the resume.
And what about this Baylor team? Again, Baylor comes in ranked 14th. They're really on a roll. They've won 8 straight and playing very, very well.
Yeah, we know Baylor. They're not quite the powerhouse that they were a number of years ago.
The Brittany Griner years?
Yeah, exactly, when they were winning national championships. But they're still really, really good. And this will be a very tough test for West Virginia. But as Kellogg said, those tough tests come with a lot of rewards. Quad 1 wins and even more so if you can get the victory.
Baylor again 19-3 overall, 8-1 in conference play. Their one loss in the league came at home to Texas Tech, but since then they've won 8 straight. Mountaineer coach Mark Kellogg on Baylor.
I think they're playing great. They lost the first league game without their leading scorer. And have rattled off 8 straight right since, and so no, it's a really, really good team. Obviously, well coached, veteran, and they just they're great defensively. Their defensive metrics are off the charts. They're solid offensively for sure. That's probably an understatement. They're better than solid. They're really, really good on the offensive end as well. So this is a complete team, maybe playing as well or the best of anybody in our league. So they'll present a great challenge. We've had a couple days off, so we'll get back after it and kind of start that prep.
And Coach Kellogg wanting to maintain, he talked about having a big month of February to launch this team towards the Big 12 tournament and the NCAA tournament, but obviously important in his mind for his team to keep playing consistently in all facets.
Move on quickly, have another game plan. Don't get too high, don't get too low. I do get frustrated after losses, but not too high after wins, but just still trying to be the same person for whether it's your staff or your players that, we're not going to completely lose our minds after a loss, but we're certainly, the tone, as I always say, may sound a little different when we go to film or practice the next day, but the messaging hopefully stays similar.
Coach Mark Kellogg there, and he mentioned Talia Scott, the leading scorer for Baylor, did not play for the Lady Bears in the loss to Texas Tech. She is the leading scorer at over 20 points per game, and they've got a very good point guard, or at least a good guard, in Dariana Littlepage Buggs, and she's averaging 11 points per game. They've got another guard with more assists, but Dariana Littlepage Buggs, one of the standouts for Baylor, and WVU's Jordan Harrison addressed that matchup.
When we get on the court, both of us know, it's business as soon as we step on the court. And then we play 2 different positions, so it's not like we're always next to each other. But I know if I go to the basket, I'm going to have to hit a pump fake or something on her. I kind of know how she plays a little bit, so that does help. I can tell my teammates a little something, but, that's it.
So, Jordan Harrison there.
Yeah, and obviously West Virginia's got to Jordan's got to play well for this team to have opportunities. But, when West Virginia has done nice things, they've gotten contributions elsewhere, and sometimes, surprisingly so. We've talked about Sydney Woodley coming through at Baylor with a big offensive effort for her. But, Mimi Wheeler has been a big part of it. West Virginia needs more than just Jordan Harrison.
Jordan Harrison and Littlepage Buggs actually high school teammates, and that's part of the intrigue of this matchup. They grew up together. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, played at Classen High School in Oklahoma and on the same AAU team. So that'll be a special matchup for Jordan Harrison against Little Page Bugs of Baylor coming up on Sunday. We'll take our final break, and when we return, we'll catch up with the texts at 304 Talk 304. CityNet statewide sports line continuing from the Health Plan Studios after this.
Diabetes is the most common endocrine disease in the U.S., and WVU Medicine endocrinologists offer comprehensive care for this chronic disease. We also treat parathyroid, pituitary, thyroid, reproductive, and adrenal gland conditions. Trust WVU Medicine's fellowship-trained and board-certified endocrinologists to provide world-class care for all endocrine disorders. Call 855-WVU-CARE or visit wvumedicine.org/endocrinology.
The Mountain State's premier fishing, hunting, and outdoor sports show returns to Milan Park in Morgantown March 7th and 8th. Over 100,000 square feet of campers and RVs, boats and ATVs, hunting and fishing supplies, guns, knives, and more. Limited vendor space is now available. To put your products and services in front of over 10,000 outdoor enthusiasts, visit WVOutdoorSportsShow.com. The 24th Annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, presented by Can-Am, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. A WVRC Media event.
We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The Health Plan. We are here for you.
It's the busiest time of year, and your business can't afford downtime. With CityNet's managed IT and network services, we keep your technology running smoothly so you can stay focused on your customers. From cybersecurity to communications, our local experts have you covered. Count on dependable service and responsive support from a company that's right here in West Virginia. Learn more at citynet.net. CityNet connects, protects, and perfects.
The Mountain State Assessment of Trends in Community Health, or MATCH, is a survey sent to 88,000 West Virginian home addresses where the information you provide can support policymakers to direct resources to help your community. If selected, you will receive the survey information and invitation in the mail. You can complete the survey online, by mail, or by phone, and you will be compensated for your time. Visit wvmatchsurvey.org for more information. Helping your community is a touchdown for West Virginia.
The weekend's almost here, and are you looking for the perfect way to enjoy the water? Lou Wendell Marine Sales has you covered with Avalon pontoon boats. These luxurious high-performance pontoons offer smooth rides, spacious seating, and top-tier durability. Built with precision and style, Avalon pontoons deliver comfort and reliability season after season. Visit Lou Wendell Marine Sales today and experience the Avalon difference. Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide sports line returns in 2 minutes on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
On the next State of Minds.
People appreciate cool tattoos and they appreciate good tattoos. It's a way to make yourself different.
What do you think would fit me?
I think a ninja. A ninja with 2 swords.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and 4-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
The Health Plan proudly supports our active and healthy communities and has been your most trusted carrier for over 40 years. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
CityNet statewide sports line, final couple of minutes. 304 Talk 304 is the text line. Texter says, went back and listened to last night's show, which, of course, we had J.J. Weatherholt on. I've always been a Cardinals fan. When I was a Little League catcher, I wanted to be Ted Simmons. My favorites were Gibson, Brock, and more recently, Nolan Arenado. Well, that was my favorite player when I was a kid was Ted Simmons, too. I was a catcher. Had the Ted, probably the greatest Christmas present I ever received in my life was a Rawlings Ted Simmons catcher's mitt.
Oh, still have it?
No, I don't. I wish I did. Don't exactly know what happened to it, but I do not have it. Now I do have several autographed photos of Ted Simmons. I was fortunate enough to meet him a bunch of times when I was a kid. So I've got his autograph several times, and a few pictures and a couple of baseballs, but I don't know where the catcher's mitt is. I'm sure it's long gone, unfortunately.
It is amazing, and I'm sure there's a reason for it. I mean, obviously in West Virginia, it's primarily Cincinnati or Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
You get in the Eastern Panhandle, I think the Nationals are jumped up a little bit, or Baltimore. But there seems to be a group of Cardinals fans.
Well, the KMOX radio.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was all radio from back in the day, right?
Bob Costas grew up a Cardinals fan living in Western New York. John Beeline grew up a Cardinals fan, listening to the games on his dad's car radio on KMOX. So, but you're right. There are pockets of Cardinal fans around here.
Not just you guys who grew up in the area, but even those from outside. But you're right. It was back in the day when radio was so prevalent. You just picked it up, and KMOX, I mean, that was Clear Channel almost coast to coast probably.
1120. The only thing that knocked it down were the Rocky Mountains to the west. But, 11:20 a.m. We will preview in depth the men's basketball matchup with Baylor coming up tomorrow night. Brad will be back with us, and we hope you join us as well. Thanks for listening and watching the CityNet statewide sports line for this Thursday.
From the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide sports line is an exclusive production of the Metro News Radio Network. All rights reserved.